drone attacks. We saw this firsthand. The fire was still being extinguished when we were at the site.
With the Dutch industry and Ukrainian industry.
Yes.
I think that.
Yeah, so can you tell us something about...
Of course, the military planning is continuing. The Netherlands is also participating in this military planning. And we see, of course, that in terms of planning, some steps are taking. What we discussed is also that it needs to be very clear what the goal of this engagement is going to be. And also, what is the mandate? What do you do in terms of escalation? How would it relate to, for example, a monitoring mission, which is also needed to monitor whether any ceasefire is violated, particularly from the Russian side, of course. So those political arrangements, those political decisions also need to be taken. That's also something that we discussed. Chief of the Armed Forces with Drapati, General Drapati. National initiatives that we can support, everything to make sure that more is delivered right now. If the whole picture is clear, if it's clear what any European military engagement, what the goal is going to be, what is going to be the mandate, what happens in times of escalation, how is the United States going to be involved, that's the moment when we can also make a political decision in the Netherlands. So first we need to discuss this in our cabinet, and then of course Parliament needs to be involved as well. We are not at that point yet. So those political arrangements, those political decisions. And Ukraine basically needs more of everything. Ammunition, armed vehicles, drones, air defense. And we as Europeans, but also the United States, we need to keep up our deliveries. We also see that Russia is putting more and more equipment, more and more troops, more and more of everything at the battlefield. And we need to make sure that Ukraine can negotiate from a position of strength. So of course that made a big impression. And we also talked... That's what we recently did. So we had made available 10 billion in total, which would partly be spent this year and also a bit next year. But we said we need to do more because we need to accelerate our support and we need more budget in order to do that. That's why we already made 3.5 billion available for next year, but we shift 2 billion of that budget already to this year to make sure that we can do more now. Also because a negotiation needs to take place about this with the United States, with Russia, but to the commander of the Eastern Group, so with the